Okay, you're live.
Reception here is better than it was last time.
I actually turned off Wi-Fi.
Huh?
I actually turned off Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
So, should be.
Alright. This won't take too long. We'll see.
Believe it or not, I did have this cleaned up one day.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of how it happens. I just kind of let it drill in a bunch. You just let it go and clean it up later.
Yep. That's all you can do.
Right. So Halo Pearl is up first here. Yes, that's pretty cool.
No question so far.
Just
Another day.
Got one question. Said, oops, cancel. Go back. I have a storm lock, and I was wondering if the Supersonic would be stronger or weaker.
Probably a little weaker because they're both hybrid covers, but the lock had an asymmetric core in it, and so it might feel familiar. I think that the physics would be a lot closer to the lock than the Supersonic is going to be.
And when does the Supersonic come out?
March 8th.
Kind of a personal question, but do you own the pro shop with some others, or do you work for them, or just have a good relationship to use their drill?
Well, I don't own it. I used to manage it for a couple of years and still kind of in here part-time to help out, and kind of the last two really help out. Just had a demo day that I helped out with the other day, and then we've got state tournament coming up at the other center that the owner of this center and the pro shop owns, and so I'm going to help with that. And then if there's any, you know, if this guy needs a vacation, like in April, I'll be here, and then the
Wait, vacation?
and then the have a big sale at Thanksgiving every year, and so help with that.
And is the Supersonic basically the IQ Fusion hybrid?
No, nowhere close. The IQ Tour Fusion had R2S hybrid. This has got NRG hybrid. Big difference in cover strength, and that's pretty. And the core is a way stronger. Almost the differential is almost 20 points higher, so it's going to flare a whole lot more than the IQ Tour Fusion. So this should be probably about an arrow stronger than the Fusion.
And Landon says, hi, Luke.
Howdy. Landon?
I think
BYN?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Landon Carnett?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's up, Landon? Waiting on a shipment of grips, so I'm not going to install the grips on any of these. Use them to measure.
Somebody wants to know pitch blue versus fever pitch.
The pitch blue, from what I've heard, I'm not a urethane guy, but I've heard that the fever pitch is a lot stronger than the pitch blue. That would be a question for Josh Shoemaker.
He does the YouTube thing too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just started.
This might be a longer question. Any advice you could give to someone who wants to get into the bowling ball manufacturing industry to work for companies like Storm, Brunswick, or Motive?
Probably step one is it depends on what part. If you want to get into like ball designing or like chemistry and stuff, chemistry would probably be a good thing to get into for that. But if you want to do like advertising or marketing or something like that, being in a pro shop is a good start, and then just kind of working your way up that way. So I think it'd probably be first to figure out exactly what you want to do. That's a question you could actually, or Steve Klumpkin or somebody like that, and ask
Yeah.
the question of them. They'd probably have better
Kind of whoever you'd want to work with.
idea.
Like you said, which area.
So.
Somebody asked, will you be at the Masters?
Nope. Highly doubtful.
And are you surprised they decided to put the NRG hybrid with the centripetal HD core? Did you think that maybe they would have gone in a different direction for the core cover?
We haven't had a hybrid in the Haven't had a hybrid in the master line for a long time, so I expected a hybrid here really soon, and with as strong of a core as that is, I was hoping that they would put something stronger than R2S on it. So this was kind of a wish list item, and I love NRG anyway, but this core needed a stronger cover than R2S. I think that that's the thing is, I did like the Sonic, but it forced me a little too far left most of the time because of how strong core made it roll, but R2S Pearl just wasn't quite strong enough to corner, or it gave me some angle issues after I'd used it for a while. A stronger cover was definitely something that I hoped for and wanted.
And next question. How do I know if my bowling ball needs detox, and will that affect the surface of the ball? Like, would I have to polish it afterwards?
No, whenever it starts getting lazy at the break point, like it acts like it wants to turn and it's just not quite back-ending like it used to, for lack of a better term. So there's not a specific number of games or the way that the ball looks or anything like that, but no, all the detoxing does is pull the oil out of the cover that the ball's absorbed. So generally just do it whenever you think it needs it.
In your 2-month report card that you talked about the idle pearl, should we expect the same out of the halo pearl since they both use the same cover stock?
Probably. That's kind of why I decided to go pin down on this one. I'm kind of liking pin down layouts more and more anyway, but I'm kind of expecting it to, I don't know. I am expecting better things. I did drill another idle pearl and I went pin down, and it seemed to be a lot better just to begin with. So, I am hoping.
Will the fever pitch finally be the one that makes you say yes to urethane?
Probably not. I'm not expecting it to. I'm not putting a slug in it. I'm not buying it a beer. It's not taking your turn. Pomeranian bowling. Didn't rent its shoes. I didn't buy it a beer. It's not taking your turn. Alright, that one's done. Back of the box. Right box. Yep. I won't be able to figure it out later. Yeah. Right.
Do you think the Supersonic will have similarities to the IQ Fusion?
Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. I'm barely expecting it to have similarities to the Sonic. The covers are really, really different. Now, from the AJ Chapman video, it does look like it shapes kind of similarly, but should be quite a bit stronger, although a little bit smoother. That CG is not going to be there as soon as I'm done putting holes in it.
Would the Supersonic be a good ball as a ball down from the High Road Nano?
No, it's going to be stronger. This has got a lot stronger. It's got a lot stronger core than's in the High Road Nano, and it's a hybrid version of that same cover. So I'm expecting this to be a couple boards stronger than the High Road Nano right off the rip.
And Ryan, Mr. Ryan Ford, will watching you drill help me bolt? I say no, but listening to me will.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't know, it's kind of loud.
CNM answered that too. He said yes. Let's see.
What's up to all my Patreon people? Or Discord people, rather. We don't do a whole lot on Patreon, we do a lot on Discord. Sometimes I forget to post a bunch of stuff to Patreon, or post a bunch of stuff to Discord and forget to put it on Patreon.
CNM, I'm skipping your question. You can yell at me later.
What?
Something that involves purple stuff.
Oh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That purple stuff?
Yeah, so I'm going to skip that. Would you?
That purple snake oil?
Yeah, voodoo. Would you say the Supersonic fits between the Idle Solid and Marvel Pearl, since all three feature that low RG core numbers?
Yes. And it has more to do with the cover stocks than the cores. Require adjustment.
Ryan, I'm not going to talk all evening. Luke's the talker. You are correct, C&M. I'm going to skip it.
Ouch. Oh, no, that's not as I thought. This was weird. I thought I was going to have to do some significant adjustments here because that ring finger got a little higher than I wanted. But I missed by like a 30-second, so.
I think you can handle that.
Heck and roughness.
Yes, Luke is actually going to throw the fever pitch.
Yeah. Drill hacking urethane here in a bit.
Lyndon says, thanks for answering the questions. Wants to know how the Supersonic and Halo Pearl roll. Definitely looking to add those pieces in my upcoming regional schedule.
Yeah, I'll have, let's see, I can't post videos of the Supersonic and the Halo Pearl until the 15th, so it's going to be next Friday before videos go up anyway.
Or if they have specific questions, always find the either of the Facebook messengers, the fan page or yours. Ask specific questions. Do you think Halo, High Road Nano, Torrent, Hustle Inc. is a good progression that is well-rounded?
Well-rounded, no. That's basically the same. That's a good progression, but if you want the same shape from stepping down, the Idle's going to be the roundest. The High Road Nano is probably going to have the most shape, but it's a nano cover, so it's still really smooth.
So maybe what do you mean by well-rounded?
Yeah.
Where do you think the Halo Pearl will be strength-wise?
Definitely below the Halo and the Hypercell Fused. Below the Idle. Above the Idle Pearl slightly. I'm not entirely sure since I haven't thrown it yet. That's where the math says it should go anyway. Hashtag bowling math.
Oh, yeah. I'm blind.
And how do you think the fever pitch stacks up against the purple hammer urethane?
It should, in theory, be pretty close. It looks like the purple hammer has a little bit more back end. Or it could just be because everything has back end for Jacob Buttrose. I have heard from somebody that's thrown both of them that says the purple hammer is still better.
Didn't Anthony have one?
Yeah, better is relative, but I'm not sure. They're definitely the same type, or in the same vein. Or the same idea behind production of both of them. Having not thrown the purple hammer, I'm not sure, but
How does the plum smell?
it smells really good. It's got a Red Bull-ish flavor to it, but almost like you were saying, like a different flavor of Monster or something. It's not straight Red Bull. It's more like some kind of other flavored energy drink. It smells really good.
Did you ever send him something about my dad's? Can you ask him?
7, 8, 8.
What's your feeling about slugs and vice systems?
I don't like either of the interchangeable systems.
You used one of them, but not both, right?
Huh? No, I've used both of them.
You did?
before.
Okay.
It's just they're more problems than they're worth. They're a little bit more expensive. Now, if you drill a bunch of bowling balls, if you go through them really, a lot like I do, but sometimes I don't use them past the video. I'll make the video, like I'm not even putting a thumb slug in this thing, or the other 2 urethane balls, because we're never, ever, ever getting back together, so.
But it says call me maybe.
Yeah. Not all of you. Nope. Not
Gonna get
calling this
ghosted.
one.
You're gonna ghost it.
I'm not even gonna act like I'm gonna call this one. I'm just gonna say bye, Felicia, right up front.
C&M, yes. Wichita 16th and 17th. Do you think anyone needs a Supersonic Phase 2 and an idle in their bag? I would expect a touch of overlap.
Idle and Phase 2 definitely. I don't know what to say on the Supersonic yet. There's not. I don't have any overlap at all with the Idle and Phase 2.
Yeah, those two you carry.
Those two I carry around everywhere. They're absolute musts. I don't know about the Supersonic yet, but being that it's a hybrid, so the other two being solids, it depends on how it rolls. I could see it rolling closer to the idle than the. I could see it being closer to the idle than the Phase 2, but I am going to have the Phase 2 in the video. Now, Storm is kind of marketing them as complements to each other, so that right away kind of tells me, no, I think you could get away with all three of them. You're probably going to have some hook overlap between all of them, but I don't think that you're going to have shape overlap.
Got a prime question.
Yep.
When throwing the prime, did you notice how easy it filtered to the right?
Filtered to the right. I don't exactly know what that means.
Okay, a little more clarification, Sean. He's confused.
Not like it mattered if I drilled some finger holes wrong, since I'm never throwing this ball again. I might actually throw this one. This one, the hot cell and the pitch black, probably not. I'd be stunned if I ever threw either of those again. But we'll see.
Maybe we'll get you a danger instead. Steve says you might throw it out in the parking lot.
I'm not slugging it, I'm going to drink one of
Nope. If I'm loving my high road nano out of the box, okay, let me start over. If I'm loving my high road nano out of the bag, what would you recommend to replace Code Black with?
The Code Black, I'm not sure. What does the High Road Nano have to do with anything in that? What's the significance of the High Road Nano in that specific question?
Okay, Greg, elaborate a little bit. Oh, as a ball down from Nano.
No. I don't think the Code Black bolt was a ball down from the Nano for me anyway. Code Black was kind of unique. So the Sonic probably would be the closest thing, since it's a really heavy rolling chuggy pearl and they've got the same cover stock, but Sonic is of course not asymmetric, so you're going to notice a little lack of, or a little smoother back end, not quite the firm punch. Now again, my Code Black wasn't super snappy. There are some overseas Code Blacks, basically. Code 0, Secret Code are both basically the Code Black.
Don't you have a secret code?
No, I've got the Code 0.
Oh, okay, wrong one.
Now they'd probably be about as expensive as just finding another Code Black. But the other closest thing would probably be the Sonic. It would remind you of it anyway, if not being a regular place.
Oh, he added on to it. He says he doesn't like asymmetric.
Okay, Sonic then. That made that answer easier.
There we go. James, he has a list. Idle Pearl, Phase 2, IQ Tour, and wants to know a fifth ball, question mark.
Phase, Idle, IQ Tour, or what?
Idle.
I'm going to have to read it.
Yep, right there.
Idle, Pearl, Phase 2, IQ Tour, fifth ball, weaker or stronger?
Okay, so James, where do you want to put your fifth ball? Thinking about selling my No Rules Pearl. What's your opinion on it?
I like it. My favorite ones ever. I've still got my original one from a couple years ago, and then I've got another one stashed in the basement. It seemed to be one of those balls I never throw it on a house shot, but it always comes in really handy at tournaments because it's clean, it's controllable, it's rolly, but you can really control what you're doing with it on tougher conditions when you need something that is going to get down the lane but not be inconsistent. Something that I can, if I want to roll straight up the back, I can do that. If I want to get around it and get it to shape a little bit more, it's just a really good tool. But yeah, I would never, it sits at home on the floor unless I'm going to a tournament. There's no reason to use it on a house shot. But I wouldn't leave for nationals without it.
Lee asks, would the orange matchup pearl be a good ball down for a hypercell fused? And then somebody responded and says, we don't talk about that ball around here.
Well, it'd be like 5 balls down to begin with, and it's also not good, so I would say no.
Yeah. Hence why.
The ball down from the hypercell fused would be something like the idle pearl down to like a high road down to like a matchup black pearl or something like that. So.
All right. Okay, back to the fifth ball question with the idle outer pearl phase 2 IQ tour. He stronger for his fifth ball.
Okay. Then you're going to be looking at something asymmetric because there's not a whole lot stronger than the idle until you get up into asymmetric. So you're looking at a halo, a crux prime. Physics is actually not stronger than the idle, I don't think. So you're looking at basically a halo and a crux prime. Since they discontinued the Sherlock, so it really depends on what shape you want to see then, because the crux prime is really, really, really smooth, really slow on friction. The halo is going to remind you more of your idle. A little bit more shape on the back end, a little bit more defined. The idle for me is really round. The halo's got more shape.
Intense Fire, Sonic, and a Hustle Inc. Is that a good lineup as the lanes break down?
And the Intense, I actually think my Sonic's stronger than my Intense Fire. I know that the math doesn't add up on that, but the Intense Fire is pretty easy down the lane, a little bit more smooth on the back end. The Sonic's going to roll up really early. I would not suggest the Sonic for track burn.
Have you ever tried the Intense Fire with Surface?
No. I like it just the way it is, so I've always just kind of left it like it is. It gets down there and kind of rolls up to the pocket. It covers a lot of ground on the back end for how sharp it isn't, really. It doesn't back end a lot, but it does cover a lot of boards in a short amount of time.
How about the Physics with Polish?
I did let it lane shine. And I do like it much better that way.
Somebody asked if the Crux Prime is any good for a house shot. Well, considering you shot 300, 800 with it just last Friday, it was good.
I like mine for a house shot, but it's really smooth.
What's a good ball between the Hustle Inc. and Sonic?
And there's a lot of stuff in there. High Road X, Winner. Matchup Black Pearl, I think, is just a little bit stronger than the Ink. Can't believe I'm wasting my time on heckin' urethane.
And somebody asked what Storm has against Decepticon.
I don't know, but they should probably get on that. I'll talk to Chad.
We could have some competitions with that. My Optimus beat you.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the Prime, but you have to let it do what it wants to do. If you try to force it to do something, it's smooth, it's even, it's slow on friction, so it needs some time to wind up and start doing what it's going to do. So as long as you don't expect to just get left and chuck it down there and expect it to, wheel and turn on a dime and snap back up there, you'll probably be just fine. But it's not your typical resin reaction.
Lance.
Physics Prime, High Road Nano, OG High Road, Black Widow. Good. Physics Prime, High Road Nano, OG High Road. Yeah, probably. I don't remember them getting too dry last year. And I don't really get much down past the High Road anyway, so. Good ball to ball down to after my high wire and IQ 30 or too much. Hustle Ink is pretty good. Is that the IQ urethane? No. Unfortunately, heckin' not. Well, actually, it's urethane, so I don't care. Halo Pearl compatible with the low rev rate? I don't know yet. I'll find out. I would imagine so. It's an HP4 ball. It's a big hook and pearl. It's got the pearl version of the Hypercell fuse cover on it. So it's gonna hook a lot. Hustle Link's one of my favorite balls of all time. Yeah, the Hustle Link is great.
Somebody likes the hot cell.
Yeah, there's a kid on Thursday who likes it too. Love my hot cell. It's a very good investment. It's heckin' urethane. Hot cell seems to be hit or miss with people because people buy it expecting it to hook a lot, and they don't know it's urethane apparently. So just have to get it into friction. It'll just chug. Yes, I'm unfortunately aware of this.
So not every ball is everyone?
Dag nabbit heckin'. Do you need the press?
No, I'm done. I'm use the vacuum for it.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, this one, the tropical, that's my dad's. So he was going to ask you if you could finish plugging it, but he forgot.
I figured that's what the case was. So
yeah.
I never got around. I was going to send you
Yeah.
something. I never
Is this him too here?
Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Okay. Well, help if you turn it on.
weekend, my dad came out and said something about wanting a tropical, and I'm like, well, I've got one in the basement I'm not using. Really?
Yeah, he was in. When did he come in?
He the demo.
Friday. Was he here Friday night? Yeah.
Well, he bowls Thursday night, and then he came out Friday to see me,
Yeah,
and then he was out here again for the demo.
He came
So
in
yeah.
here Friday evening though and was talking about, yeah, I really like the Tropical Storm. I'd like to get another one.
Yeah. And we said that, and we had actually just gone through all our stuff on the floor, and I was like, well, what can I get rid of? Because I can't carry all this anymore. So when he said that, yeah, that was all.
I almost did that just to do it.
Yeah.
See, you knew what we were doing. I know it's outdated, but would an original no rules be a good investment?
Sure, I really like mine. I think the Crux Prime is kind of Crux Prime kind of reminds me of the Crux Prime. Slower on the back end, it's not quite as quick, but it's definitely a no rules type reaction. I think anyway.
Yes, Aaron, he already drilled the halo in the Supersonic. It was at the beginning of the video. Yes, and the fever pitch. Ernesto, see you later.
What?
Not you. Ernesto says duty calls. See y'all. Is he No, because there's somebody who's a EMT. Yeah, but I didn't know if Ernesto was similar. Oh, okay. I remember Cameron was. I was just wondering if maybe you knew if he was too. Oh. Mr. Rook, time for league. Enjoy punching balls.
Okay, well, I enjoyed it earlier. Now I'm drilling urethane.
Glad I got this ball back.
Tisk.
Just think of all your tens of dollars.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll get $10. You're worth $10, right?
Actually, correct.
I might be, but urethane isn't.
Well, you're doing the effort. How's that? Okay, I've had the Marvel Pearl for about 3 seasons. Just recently got a Storm Physics, and I love it, but I want a good replacement for the Marvel. I also plan to get a matchup Black Pearl for my lowest.
That's tough.
I'd say Idle Pearl.
Yeah, Idle Pearl is going to be about the closest thing you can get, but you'd probably want to drill it pinned down to smooth it out a little bit, maybe hit it with a 4000 pad or something like that. The Idle Pearl is going to roll similar to it. It's going to be a little quicker on the back end, but that's probably going to be your best bet. It's just so unnatural.
Need to come up with some good intro music for this.
I hate everything about you. Maybe some parody songs.
Oh, okay, so Idle Pearl won't work. They do not like the Idle or the Pearl. Was personally thinking Hybrid X because I have a hybrid solid and a Pearl ball.
So are we trying to replace the Marvel Pearl, or?
I thought that's what.
Are we just plugging a thumb on this?
Huh?
Just plugging a thumb.
We gotta plug the whole thing. He's a full roller, so
Oh, okay.
not like it really matters much, but.
Okay, true. Maybe it'd be better to list out what you have and figure out what and specify what you don't want or something. Maybe we need to get a little bit more clarification.
Yeah, first are we trying to, was replacing the Marvel Pearl the gold? Because there was a mention of that, so.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, let's tackle that first.
Oh, Patty Cake sent you $10.
Oh, sweet.
Says you're worth at least 10 now.
Okay, or at least $9.99.
Yeah. I'll give you a penny for good luck. Okay, a little bit more clarification. It sounds like they're trying to replace the Marvel Pearl as far as where it falls in the bag, not exactly the... So it says trying to replace the Marvel Pearl in my arsenal, already have a physics for my top end ball, and plan to get a matchup Black Pearl for my low end, just need a middleman. So right now the Marvel Pearl is that, so it just needs to replace the spot, not necessarily the shape, it sounds like.
And you could probably get away with a higher deck. It would be something versatile. It's going to be longer and snappier than the Marvel Pearl. It's going to be not quite as much ball, but with it being a solid, it's going to take really well to cover stock adjustments. So if it's not perfect out of the box, you can really do whatever you want to with it. It's going to be kind of a different look, but if you're not wanting an Idle Pearl, then probably about what you're looking at. You might take a look at the winner too, though. Because the winner was kind of Marvel.
The solid?
No.
Or the
original.
The original, okay.
The winner.
Okay. Winner chicken dinner?
Something like that.
Okay.
Chicken does sound good.
Good replacement for the storm lock.
Maybe the physics isn't, and it's not quite as sharp on the back end of the lock, but it's going to be your best bet on the long shot.
Big Boy says, thank you for the help finding the IQ Tour Pearl earlier. He was able to get a new inbox. Isaac says, congrats on the 800.
Thank you.
Somebody, Rage apparently is asking for punishment. I'm thinking about getting a hypercell fused. Should I?
Mine was okay, but I think that the issue with it was that that cover just takes a little bit of time to break in, and so I didn't like it initially. I don't think I spent enough time with it. I had the same thing with the idle pearl. I just didn't. See, there's an awful lot. There's too many people that like it for me to dog on it. So, a lot of people think it's a great ball, and if I would have given mine a little bit more time, it probably would have been just fine. So, I'm going to say if you're interested in one, go on ahead and pull the trigger, because there's an awful lot of people out there that like theirs.
Norm from Discord.
Oh boy, best questions ever.
Well, Luke, what's more likely? 1, Luke will be a fan of Urethane tonight, or 2, K-State beating KU?
And there's the K-State beating KU, without a doubt. There's a lot better chance of that.
There you go.
Way better chance of that.
Well, and he's actually not throwing the balls tonight, so.
Yeah.
Just drilling them alone is probably got his heart rate going, so.
Yeah, because I could have been doing something else right now, like throwing a ping pong ball at a wall, or just looking at the wall without the ping pong ball.
Now you got $10 out of the deal. Come on.
Well, saying though.
All right. Would you consider the Marvel Pearl more smoother overall than the physics?
Yes. Once the physics gets some shine on it, then they get fairly close, but the physics is still going to be more due to the core being asymmetric. So it's going to have more torque on the back end than the Marvel Pearl would anyway. But once it gets some lane shine on it, they're not terribly different. On paper, yes, they're really, really different, but...
Just drilled a Crux Prime, plugging a pin-up drive. Should I polish it and go pin down, or should I just get rid of it? Have a Physics, High Road X, Code Red, and a Marvel Pearl.
If I had all those, I wouldn't throw a drive. It's not a bad ball, and I don't know if I still have mine or not. I think I just gave it away fairly recently, but...
I actually thought that one went to Arizona.
Yeah, it might have. But I wouldn't see a need for a drive in there. You're probably going to end up throwing some of the other stuff more. I just wouldn't
So if you want it, keep it. If you don't care, don't bother.
Yeah, it's kind of an indifferent thing. And it's not because it's not a knot on the wall at all. It's just I never found a place to use mine, or I never found that it was better than something else that I could be growing.
And what are you expecting out of the Halo Pearl?
Good things. Lots of good things. I really am a lot bigger fan of that cover stock now that I've gotten some time on the Halo Pearl. I just drilled another one of those. Pin down seems to be a better layout for me for that cover because of how quick it is on the back end. Pin down is going to smooth it out a little bit. It's really, that cover is really quick on the back end, and that kind of gets the angle issue.
What differences should I expect to see in my High Road Nano after I have my weight hole plugged?
Depends on where the weight hole was. And how big the hole was, how deep the hole was. There's a whole bunch of variables that go into what's going to happen after the fact. But I wouldn't expect, I think a lot of people see a lot bigger difference because they want to see a bigger difference rather than what actually is going on with it. So I wouldn't worry about it. And if you're plugging the weight hole now because of the USB-C rule, you don't even have to do that for another year and a half. So you can if you want to, but you don't have to yet.
And somebody says, I have a Victory Road stash. Should I drill it or sell it and get newer equipment?
That really depends. It's going to be worth a lot of money. I would expect for you to be able to get 300 shipped for it. That's what I wouldn't sell it for less than that, and you could probably get that. And a couple new balls. So it really depends on.
Is there anything today that would compare to that?
The Victory Road, I think, was kind of like a High Road Pearl. So I think it's one of those things where you could, I'd have to look that up, or if you could just tell me if it's R2S Pearl, which I think it is.
Ah, Shay, you got another $10.
Oh, man,
Look at you.
You can always count on Shay. Thanks, buddy.
He just says, what's up?
What's up? I'm drilling urethane, so I appreciate the pity.
Yeah, y'all are sending pity dollars at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It is R2S, he said.
Okay. Is it Pearl or solid? I can't
Pearl.
remember. Okay, so he's got a Victory Road. He's got a Victory Road Pearl. So it's going to be pretty close to the High Road Pearl. So you could sell your Victory Road Pearl for $300, get a High Road Pearl, have kind of the same ball, and then buy an additional ball too. So that might be something to think about. If there's not a nostalgia thing going on with you, I would sell it and get other bowling balls.
Somebody says pity dollars are better than no dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct, Stephen. Thank you.
Hopefully I can get some more pity on, and hopefully I can get some more pity later on tonight. Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to keep going on that one. I am plugging my IQ Tour Pearl. Would a pin down layout be a good option?
I would probably advise against that unless you're going for really smooth, because what pin down is going to do is the IQ Tour Pearl already doesn't have a whole lot of differential, so it's not going to flare a whole bunch. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to lower the RG and you're going to lower the differential at the same time. You're going to basically make a really round core even rounder. And so you're going to have something very, very, very smooth. If that's what you're going for, then sure. But typically I go with really, really strong pins on my IQs to milk all the shape that I can out of them. Now it's something that's worked extremely well for me. That's all my new IQ Tour solids are getting 4-inch pins, because it's already really smooth and round to begin with, and I find that the more flare actually makes it a little bit more consistent. So,
oh, we got another $10. Dean, is the fever pitch similar?
It's supposed to be. Thanks for the tip, donation, whatever you want to call it, Dean. It's supposed to be. The fever pitch and the purple hammer are kind of the same idea. They're kind of in the same vein, kind of the same design intent. It looks to me like the purple hammer has a little bit more on the back end than the fever pitch does, but they're pretty similar. I'm not sure if there's going to be any cross-brand video comparisons. I don't think it's something that either of the companies would be super happy if anybody did, specifically because at the end of the video, one ball, somebody's going to say, well, this ball's better than this ball, and that's really a better ball than how you throw it and what you like, and no ball out there is going to be exactly the same as the other ball. And some people, when they take the IQ Tour, for example, some people really love it, some people really hate it. But yes, basically they're very similar type balls.
Someone asked if you can still buy a High Road Pearl.
Yep, they're still available. Like High Road.
Have they gotten rid of any of the High Roads?
Well, yeah, the High Road Nano actually just got discontinued.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows that yet. The High Road Nano just got discontinued a couple days ago.
So if anybody wanted a High Road Nano, go get it.
I've got to remember that for the next live stream.
Okay.
But yeah, there's been several. The High Road Solid got discontinued.
Alright, it says, I have a Crux Prime that I just got last week. Great ball. You are right how it's a heavy rolling ball, and think about using 1,000 grit to get the ball to reach before 30 feet. His clarification says, what I mean by 30 feet is that to react sooner and transition harder into the pocket.
Yeah, what it's going to do is, with this ball, when you change the surface, you're not going to change the shape a whole bunch. So that's normally what surface has been for, is either getting the ball to hook more or less, or to make it sharper or smoother. Now, Hammer Bowling did a surface video for the Crux Prime, so you might go check that out. But basically, the ball reacted, he played the same area on the lane with anywhere from 500 grit all the way up to polish. So you're not going to change the shape of it a whole bunch. Now you are going to change where it breathes, whether it's sooner or later, or whether it's further down the lane, you're just not going to get it to be a whole lot smoother or a whole lot flippier.
As Halo Pearl, same colors as OG.
Pretty close. Actually, I can dig the other, I can dig it out here, but I feel close. Okay.
Yeah, we can show them all back again here in a minute.
This black's feeling really good.
So if I were to want to replace the Marvel Pearl in the way of shape and all, would the Idle Pearl be better option than the Winner? Is there any Storm Balls? I like the smells.
As far as Storm Balls, nothing yet. I'm hypothesizing that a Lane Shine Supersonic would be really close. We're going to find out. But let's go look at the Halo Pearl and the Halo. I have both of them.
He does pretty good in retirement. Oh yeah. Like he's like, you know, my parents were out on
I need to get this out.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. I'm just gonna get the.
Yep. And he'd be even worse. Yeah. Because he was in management. He good. Yep. Oh yeah, they did. Friend of mine is now. He was in finance too, but he retired a couple years ago.
There it goes. All right. Oop. Okay. There we are. All the presents over here. All right. Hammer copy the IQ Tour with their web tour, and Storm copy the Purple Hammer with their Fever Pitch. LOL.
What was the first one?
Hammer copy the IQ Tour with their web tour, and Storm copy the Purple Hammer with their Fever Pitch.
Pretty much. Yeah, those are the same colors. I haven't actually seen anybody do that before. Same colors, just pearl. Interesting.
Living the rough life. Yeah. It's hard.
But yeah, and then the DVA Prowler looks just like the Sonic. Just like.
See ya. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a Hustle Inc. and High Road X, both pin up. Wanted to add something stronger and thought the Intense Fire would fit. What do you think?
What? I don't.
Have a Hustle Inc. and High Road X, both pin up. Wanted to add something stronger and thought the and thought the Intense Fire would fit. What do you think?
Yep.
He says yes. He moves too far away from the microphone. I can't hear him. Yes. Oh yeah, he did see from Tamer and wanted your input. From the.
Yeah. Tamer's video basically nailed it.
So yes.
Whatever he said and whatever.
Luke concurs.
Like, so yeah, that was.
Should I replace my pitch black with a Fever Pitch?
Probably not. Just get another pitch black. This is going to be quite a bit different. The cores are different. The covers are different. Alright. No. I can take this box.
I can carry one. Might have to make more than one trips. Somebody says, Storm makes High Road. I thought it was Brunswick.
Repent for your blasphemy.
I think you are correct. I do have a hot sell. I wanted to get another Storm Urethane that isn't as sensitive. What would you recommend? All right. Hold on, Lee. Let me chase him back down here. All right. Last question. Then I'm going to shut it off. He says, I do have a hot sell. I did want to get another Storm Urethane that isn't as sensitive. What would you recommend?
The Fever Pitch, I think, is going to be the one, or the pitch black everybody seems to like. The Hot Cell doesn't get as much love as the other ones do. It's a little bit more of a niche ball. So,
okay.
pick this up without.
All right.
Box falling apart.
And Fa, have you tried a new hammer statement? No, cannot throw anything but Storm and Roto. So, no hammer here.
I've got a big heavy box. We've drilled a lot of stuff. You can go back to the beginning of the video and check some stuff out. And I'm going to film on Friday, so